See what happens when you hate vote? This is why you're just supposed to vote for your favorite couple, and that's it. You think them producers was going to let you get rid of their $1 billion couple? Sincere and Melanie is making them too much money to let America jack up everybody's paycheck. Absolutely not. This season has broke records, and we all know why. Where are they at? Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Boricua, Morena, Cubano, Colombiano, Dominicano. They not letting y'all get rid of them. Absolutely not. And I told y'all they're gonna play all day. Do not get emotionally invested in this couple. Just enjoy the telenovela because they're gonna play all day. Well, I will say I was not shocked by the outcome. I did get sad. Mama Star was crying. I didn't tell her, but it was a lot sadder than I intended for it to be. My God, today. But I kind of knew I knew what the outcome was going to be because Love Island, whoever is working their social media is absolutely fired. As soon as I hopped on Threads, I saw this, and this is from Love Island USA. It says all new After Sun with Sierra and Teffy and guests Sean and Beatrice. So everybody was just like, just with B being there doesn't mean that the person is eliminated, but it was highly likely that she was going to go. So when it came down to it, I was not shocked. This was a hurt one. This one, they effed the city up with this one. Poor thing, and she was just getting started. Let's get into the review. So in this episode, Sincere pulls Melanie for a chat. He admits that he was wrong. Oh, they are so messy. He admits that he was wrong and that he says that he wants to be in a connection with her. He tells her that he doesn't want to end what they have and that he will always pick her. Like, no matter what, it's her. He chooses her. Maybe y'all didn't grow up around Latino people. This cat and mouse, they gonna do this till they're about 63.
No, they're gonna be locked in at that time.
Oh no, but they'll be locked in.
Hi, Star family.
They'll be locked in. But we going, they gonna play this. They're gonna play this for a minute. They're gonna be locked in. They're gonna play, and they're gonna play all day. But anyway, Melly, my girl, who was kind of waking up, she starts grilling him, and she wants short answers from Sincere. Because here's the thing, like Sincere, like she says, so it's just gonna be me and you, and Sincere is just like, eventually, he's never a yes or no guy. He'll talk in a way that it may seem like a yes, but it's not for sure a yes. It may appear to be or feel like a no, but he hasn't said no. That's how he plays. Those are the mind games that he plays. And y'all think he's just playing this with Melanie. He's doing the same thing with Soul. That's why she's breaking down. I'm telling you, when Melanie and Soul finally sit down, things are going to get even messier. Also, she's asking him for yes or no answers, and Sincere is never, giving her a yes or no answer. She says, are you going to stop playing with Soul? He says, I'm going to make you a priority. He's such a good liar. He doesn't say, yes, of course it's just you and only you. He says, I'm going to make you a priority. That doesn't mean he going to stop messing with Soul. He says, I want to make you a priority. And she asked him if she's going to explore as well. And then and then she's like, are you still going to explore? And he goes, I'll be damned if I let you go. Sincere, answer the question. Answer the question. I'll be damned if I let you leave me. Like it's me and you. I'll be damned if I let you go. They are going to play all day. Then Sincere says in his confessional that he's the pilot and Melanie's the co-pilot, and that they're going to make stops along the way, but they're going to get to their destination. So basically, America, he's telling you his plan. He going to play in that villa until it's time to lock in, until it's time where he feels like, oh, at this point, I can't drag this along anymore. I have to choose. I have to make a decision, and I'm always going to choose Melanie. I told you, this is she the main. She the main. She the one that he plans on ending with and taking this to the end with. Like he don't like Soul like that, right? He doesn't like Soul to carry the relationship out. He wants to explore Soul physically. Because even when he sits down and has conversations with Soul, Soul is always pouring out her heart. He's never listening. He's just waiting for a kiss. With Melanie, there is just more of a stronger connection there, relatability and familiarity with these two. And he is going to play as long as she allows it. So his final destination is Melanie. He will choose her if she's available. But right now, he's going to have fun with Soul. Then he's going to have fun with the next bombshell and the next bombshell and the next bombshell until him and Melanie closes off. But that's only if Melanie plays along. I hope she does it. I hope she does it. I'm hoping for the best.
She will. She's back on there. She's back on that show.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And they wasn't going to let her go.
Yeah.
But she's with Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
She's about to play. She's going to make.
I'm telling you, that's what I said. The Star family.
She's going to.
Y'all can't get wrapped up in them.
I can't get finished.
Okay, I'm sorry.
She's going to let Sincere see her play the game now. Because she's back on there. She told him. Mm-hmm. She told both of them, I want to get out this love triangle. Good luck, guys.
You always skip ahead. We not there. You didn't pass the elimination.
That's all.
So they're going to play all day. He's not coming up off her, y'all. He's not coming up off her. They are going to play all day. I told you, Latino couples, they will fight. They will go back and forth. They will do the whole cat and mouse. They will date other people. They will flirt a bit and act like they don't like each other. And then the next thing you know, you're invited to a wedding. And you're like, wait a minute. No, that's not the guy that you had me drive you by his house and bust out his windows. What you mean you're about to get married? This is like that. It's the cat and mouse. Let them do what it do. I'm saying this is all Latino couples. I'm just saying this is all Latino couples I went to high school with. It's the Philadelphia ones, the Philly and Jersey ones. Maybe the other ones as well, but this is definitely Philly and Jersey Latinos, okay? Especially the Mapper ones. So this is their thing. Y'all have to let it play out. Y'all cannot interfere. And I think that everybody learned a lesson today. The producers let you know you're just a viewer. This is our show. So y'all can try to pick off who y'all want. They gonna pick off who y'all like. So you best just vote for or vote the way they told you to vote.
Really vote. Everybody is in here saying that they couldn't get their vote.
Because they crashed the app because there was so many people voting because they tried to get Melanie out. And the producer said, not on my watch. But these two are going to play all day. They're not coming up off each other. They're going to play. The villa is already stressed out about them, but y'all just have to let it play out until it runs its course. I will say, I do feel like Melanie is hopefully waking up a bit because when she was talking to the girls, she was just like, I'm sick of him. She was like, I'm sick of Mr. Christopher Columbus exploring everything that's already been explored. Like, I'm sick of him and the games that he's playing. But then at the end of the episode, she's just like, I'm really feeling with him. I'm really effing with him. And I'm like, you gotta make up your mind, girl. Are you gonna be strong, Melanie, who gets it and doesn't let a man play with her? Or are you gonna be are you gonna be the lover girl that keeps on running back to that nonsense?
You gonna keep on running back?
I hope not.
Okay.
I want better for her.
Keep your eyes open.
Well, I don't want this to play out the way it normally does. I want a different outcome for her. But yeah, Sincere and Melanie live on, and they will continue to live on as long as they make Peacock the money they are making. Peacock. So Melanie and Sincere, they agree. And the reason why we were able to see this is because Sincere is absolutely going to break this promise. They agree that they both are going to explore, but no kissing while they're exploring. The producers put that in there because Sincere is actually absolutely going to do that. I won't be surprised if he's already doing that in Sunday's episode. He's absolutely going to break everything because he's a liar. He's lying to everybody, even the guys. So nothing that he is saying is factual.
Well, he hooked up, he coupled up now. He got to kiss her.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, what you gonna say?
Okay. But here's the thing. I'll talk about that later. But they're gonna play. Anyway, so Zach is now auditioning KC because he has a best friend opening because he feels some sort of way about Bryce trying to get with Kata. So Zach goes over to KC and he's just like, well, I just want to let you know that Bryce asked me if he could pull Kata for a chat. And KC was like, what? He was like, yeah, he wants to pull her for a chat. And while they're talking, Bryce goes and does it right in front of them. And KC is like, well, what is going on in this villa? KC is so confused by all of the confusion that is happening. So they literally watch Bryce pull Kata, and as they're watching this go on, Sincere and Melanie Sincere walks out from his chat with Melanie while Melanie is holding him with flowers and she's announcing to the villa, I got my man back. And Casey is just like, something's up with this villa today. He said something is going on. There's a shifting in the atmosphere. So as Mercury is in microbraids at the villa, we get Trinity pulling Zach over for a chat because they're literally watching Kata and Bryce, talk about whatever they may be feeling. So Trinity pulls Zach over and she's like checking on him to see how he's feeling. And they start talking about how they're feeling. And Zach is sitting over here talking to her like he was not dragging her to Bryce. And that's the thing. I don't like the two-facedness, right? Because you said the Trinity don't fit. Every time you talk to Bryce, you let him know the Trinity is not it. She don't fit. She don't work. Y'all, the three of y'all are better off without her. But now you're sitting over there chatting with her like you're some kind of friend when you're really a foe. I hope you get exposed at movie night as well. If you make it, I hope you get exposed because that right there is real grimy. You're not featuring her. And if given the opportunity, you will vote her off. But you're sitting over there chatting with her like y'all got something in common. Well, y'all do have something in common. The word on the street, but I'm a mind my business. So anyway, Kata and Bryce sit down. And Bryce is trying to express to her that he is into her, that he is featuring her. And Kata, I already knew what she was going to say when she went, oh. I was like, oh, yeah. But I don't know why Bryce would do this, right? Because when they were in that big bed and he said, let me get it on some minutes. And she said, no, you stay over there. Why would you then think to go back after you were already rejected in such a huge way? So while he's talking, she's just like, oh, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I only see you as a friend. And then Bryce is like, oh no, it's cool. It's fine. Yeah, because Trinity is my number one. No, she wasn't. Now she's your number one because Kayla friend zoned you. And he's like, oh no, she was my number one. You were my number two. I was just seeing if there was something there. And I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes, but I just wanted to see because, excuse me. I just wanted to see what was going on because I didn't want to, not explore this. And Kayla's looking at him like, there's nothing to explore. Like, I told you the first time. I don't know why you're coming over here. And also, Kayla's not that girl. She would not do that to Trinity, knowing how Trinity feels about Bryce, especially when Trinity doesn't have any other person in that villa to explore that she is interested in. But also, Kayla has never felt Bryce. So now Bryce is acting like, oh, I just wanted to, put the name of the game and explore. And, I wanted to explore my number two. She's not your number two. She was your number one. But when she friend zoned you, all of a sudden Trinity became the number one. Okay, Bryce. I will say Trinity is doing so well. She is absolutely the voice of reason of the show because she was cussing Bryce out to the girls. She was just like, I'm sick of him. He's 30 years old. Like, why are you acting like this? Like, you're a grown man going back and forth, and all of a sudden you're indecisive and you're going back on your words. I'm tired of this. I need for the producers to send her a bombshell. It's time. We got to get her away from Bryce.
Trinity?
Yeah. It's time. Yeah. It's time for Trinity, also known as Serenity, to get rid of Bryce. She strung that fool along enough. He became popular because of her. It's time for him to go. I think the villa is starting to see the sincere as the problem. I think they are all starting to clock that that it's not Melanie, that it's because even Bryce, who really jacked up his popularity in the villa, he tells Sincere, because it's the next morning and the guys have to bring everybody breakfast. And Sincere, he's getting breakfast together. He's making 2 plates. And the guys are like, you're making 2 plates? He's like, yeah, I'm getting breakfast for Soul and Melanie. And they're just like, Sincere, like, what are you doing? Even Kayla was just like, I don't know. Like, they're just like, what are you doing? Like, you just fixed this, and now you want to mess it up and like get back in this girl's head again. And even Bryce was just like, yeah, I don't think that you should have done that. He was just like, that wasn't really smart because you're saying that you want to pull back, but then you're going real strong in like another direction. It's confusing. And if Bryce, who was in the doghouse, is giving sincere advice, the villa is starting to clock that sincere is a problem. And I'm glad that they are finally seeing it and giving Melanie a break. Bryce was just like, that was a bit much. That was a bit much. Even if I can say that, that was a bit much. It's not shocking to me that Kenzie is suddenly cozying up to Soul. She says this whole thing up. I know it was really hard for you to come in here. So I just want to check on you. And in her confessional, she's just like, she needs a friend. And absolutely not. She's just like, I know I'm really close with Melanie, but I don't want to leave Soul out there like that. You never talked to that girl. You haven't said 2 words to Soul until Melanie said that she was going to try to pursue Corbin or had some interest in him. Now, all of a sudden, you're cozying up to the girl who she's in competition with. I see you, Kenzie. They don't see you, but I absolutely see nasty work. Nasty. You don't give a damn about Soul. You got it out for Melanie. And I think that is so ridiculous. You literally have to roster your words, right? And this is a show where you are supposed to explore other connections. Why are you the only one allowed to explore connections? Nobody else can explore? Beatrice is literally fighting for you to get first dibs on the dude. Everybody's staying away from Caleb so that you can have him because you've been telling them Corbin isn't your type. Corbin isn't your type. Corbin isn't your type. But now that he done played around in your clam, now you done court feelings for him. But you even tell the girls that you're physically attracted to him. He's not your type. Caleb is you like Caleb, but you're physically attracted to Corbin. So what is the problem? Nobody can talk to Corbin or any other guy because that's your roster? How is that fair? And I hate the fact that they're all going along with that. It is extremely foolish. This is a game show where money is on the line. Why are they allowing her to control the game? We know why. Decolonize the center. Decolonize the center. Put them titties up and stop mammying. Y'all are literally allowing this girl to control the game. And when she wins it, nobody better be surprised. Nobody better be surprised. But I see you. Oh, I see you, Miss Kenzie. Nasty work. Nasty work. Let me come back to Trinity. I hate how Bryce is breaking her down. Like, remember when we see Trinity, she's having fun, she's encouraging, she's funny, she's the voice of reason, she's encouraging people, she's encouraging herself. Bryce did that move with Kata, and that really took the wind out of her sails. Because Bryce knows that he's messed up, right? So they're sitting down talking, and he's trying to lie to her and tell her that, you know, he just wanted to explore that with Kata because that's the name of the game. Like, you're supposed to explore. And then he says to her, I don't want, you know, what happens if a guy who is your type walks in and you want to explore that? I would regret not exploring Kata if you explore the guy that's your type. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if Bryce and Trinity had a conversation about what her type is, but if they have, or he's heard about it, I think he's extremely intimidated by what she said her type is. And I think that she said her type is 6'5", built like a Mack truck, dark chocolate, right? A nigga. You know what I mean? You know, Kenzie, Trinity want a soldier, okay? She like the boys up top with the deep wave, you know? No. Like the boys up top from the BK know how to cut that money 3 ways. Low cut season with a deep wave. Yes, that's her type. I'm thinking, right? That's her type. Or a country boy, because ain't that Virginia? Ain't that country? They got them accents. You know, a black boy that a black dude that rides horses shirtless to the market. You know what I mean? Like, and I think he's intimidated by that because I don't think that he feels like he can compete with that, maybe, or they both are just like trying to make fetch happen. Whatever it is, he is really bothered by her type, and he mentions it often. And this time that he mentioned it, she rolled her eyes because she's sick of him saying it. And she was just like, listen, I get that, you know, this is you know, a little hard process because, you know, we're different, you know. And she said, but I hate when people are like dating other people of different races. They explore that, but then when somebody that they're familiar comes in, they run to that because that's what they know. And she was just like, I don't want to be falling for you and putting my eggs in this basket. And then a brunette comes in and you run after that. And I feel foolish for trying to make it work with you. And I like that she said that. This is the first person I feel like on Love Island, aside from KC, but that has mentioned like race. She not only she bringing up race, she's bringing up interracial dating and how that's like, that's what this aspect is here. That's what is actually happening here. And I don't know if this is the norm for the both of them, but it seems like this coupling is abnormal for the both of them. And they're really having a hard time staying stuck in it but I feel like Trinity was trying because Bryce was trying, and now she's falling for him, and Bryce is no longer trying. And I'm like, why is Bryce no longer trying? Why is Bryce suddenly not interested in her? Why is Bryce breadcrumbing the villa so that when he does get to choose, he will choose someone else over Trinity? Why is he doing that? All roads leads to Zach. Because every time Bryce and Zach are talking, Zach is letting him know that Trinity ain't it. She's not it. She don't like him. She's not attracted to him. She doesn't fit. She doesn't work. Zach, it's looking real weird. You looking real funny in the light. You looking real funny in the light. It's weird how you're moving. It's not making sense. What's going on?
What's going on? You act like you don't know. He's trying to stay in the villa.
Okay, maybe that's it.
He's trying to stay in the villa.
Maybe he's gaming him, but he keeps on saying it's my best mate in the house. My best mate in the house. It's my best mate. It's my best mate. But if your best mate, if that's your best mate, and your mate is happy with this girl, why are you trying to break him up? Why you keep on telling him that she doesn't fit with you and him and Kata? Moving on.
This is getting weird.
It's getting weird. It is getting weird. Pie challenge. So in this episode, we have the pie challenge, and all the challenges are meant to be messy in some sort of way. So the guys and the girls are split, and they all have to pie or kiss someone, and they're pieing and they're kissing people, and it's not that bad, but it does start to get a little messy. We also meet Sierra and Teffy because they are the new Aftersun hosts. Has Aftersun always had two hosts?
Yeah.
How you know, Mom? Have you ever watched Aftersun?
Yes, they had a male. They had a guy and two girls.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Or I thought it was one host who had like people that she would invite on to help her co-host.
They had several.
Okay, well, Sierra and Teffy are the new Aftersun co-hosts, and they come out to host a pie challenge. But the show brings them out to advertise the Aftersun that will be this Saturday. So they come out and they are hosting the pie challenge.
I know Star Family. I don't like how I'm being treated.
So anyway, there's this one of the pies. I forget what this was about, but all I know is that Kenzie kissed Caleb. Corbin did not care. Corbin is acting like he cares for Kenzie because Corbin is playing the game. I'm telling you, they gave him a pamphlet on how to be a bombshell, and that is all Corbin downloaded. Like nothing else. That's why he's always just like, oh, good morning. Can I have a kiss? Like that is why it's all that's on his mind is being a bombshell. There's nothing else that they downloaded into that cranium. So it's just about being a bombshell. He is not interested in Kenzie, but he will do what he has to do to stay in the game. It is just gameplay for this guy. But Kenzie was for sure trying to make him jealous, and he was like, okay. He did not care. And I told y'all they are watching KC and Anaya because when it was time for KC to kiss someone, and he was just, giving, we all knew it was going to be Anaya because he was saying all of these compliments. And then Teffy went, oh, the blueprint, when he started to walk over to Anaya. And then when he got Anaya and started kissing her, Sierra went, the black of the berry, the sweet of the juice. I say, yeah, they talking about that speech, KC. Oh, they talking about you in that editing bay, baby. Oh, they are talking about you. Stand your ground, brother. They're going to try to break you. Stand your ground. Because when homegirl said the blueprint, I said, they listening. They listening, they watching. Even when Melanie tried to let Sierra know what happened in the village. Sierra said, "Oh, baby, I'm caught up." Sierra said, "Oh, I'd have watched everything. I didn't miss an episode." So they are absolutely watching. Corbin gets his first pie. Soul gets the second pie. On the third and the fifth and the sixth and the seventh. Corbin gets pied for most likely to elope with a friend's partner. So he gets pied, and then he gets pied by the girls. So he is chosen to pie someone, and he pies Kenzie. Kenzie's like, I don't know why you did that to me. I don't know why I was picked for that. And Corbin was just like, well, you were just picked because you have connections and you're still exploring. Wait, why y'all pick me for then? It's like Flintstone speech. It's so weird. I really feel like this is like his first time on Earth. Like it gives me Men in Black. Like everybody, the people online said, "Oh, it's him being first gen." This is something else. It's not even an English language. It's communicating with humans.
No, that's his sexy talk. That's how.
No, Mom. It's a human communication misconnection happening there. Why you pie me for those words? There's no way that you will put those words together. Not in English, not in patois. It's not making sense the way he is communicating, and it is so hilarious. I'm just like, if it's discovered that he's an alien, I won't be shocked because it's giving ET. It's giving what? Wait, why you pie me for? If the kids like it, I hate it, child. Anyway, and like when he said that, the girls were just like, Corbin, you acting like you don't know where you got pod, boy, please. I also love that the girls, Gabriel, you're a nice guy, but you are overly freaked out. And the girls mentioned it, especially Kate. She pied him, and she was just like, this guy is freaky, over sexual. Like, they have all noticed that Gabe does a little too much. So I hope you take notes, brother. I hope you take notes. Then the next boy that is chosen for a kiss is Caleb. B gives this nice speech and kisses Caleb. Then Caleb returns the favor and kisses B. Gabriel did not think that was cute, especially when B was like giving Caleb this speech about how hot he is. And Gabe was like, interesting. But here's the thing. I don't know why he believed that Beatrice was okay with him kissing those girls when she was so shut off from him. I was just like, you knew that she felt some sort of way. So I don't know why you were not expecting for her to get her lick back. Because she absolutely got her lick back with Caleb. So the last person to get pied is Soul, and this is for the person that would step on somebody's toes to like get to another guy or whatever. And before she can get pied, she puts her hands up. And Zach still trying to pie her, and then she puts her hands down and she just starts crying. She said, I'm so over this and so over this challenge. Now, the way it looked to us was that she got pied twice. But then Beatrice has her confessional, and she's like, I understand why Soul is upset, because all the pies that she got today were pies that were for Melanie. So it seems like she got multiple pies, not just two. It seems like they were pieing her for the stuff that they felt for her, but also for the stuff that they felt for Melanie, but they were not going to do it to Melanie because Melanie is their girl, right? So they're going to do it to the bombshell that they have no connection with. And Soul just really broke down because she felt ganged up on, and she didn't like it. So she had like this whole, how old is Soul?
I don't know, but I understood. I did not like them keep on pieing her either. They don't befriend her, and then she keep getting pied. Then the guy that she likes, the last time they went for a chat, he's sitting a mile away from her.
Okay, she's 24.
Come out with
okay, still a sensitive age.
Like,
Yeah, well, I
enough
listen.
is enough.
If you look at it how they edited the show, it looks like she got pied twice. Then you hear
no, she got
Beatrice
pied 3 times. She got
three.
pied 3 times. Yes, 3 times they pied her.
I thought it was just twice.
No, 3 times. The third time she put her hands up because she had enough.
Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah. But everybody was just like, it's just a challenge. It's just like a game. It's not that big of a deal. But I guess she just has been feeling isolated in a home.
Yes.
And then to hear that this is how these people feel about her just really took a toll on her. And she just broke down. Sierra went to go hug her, but she just it wasn't good. She had
Yeah,
she had a little breakdown.
That's enough already.
Yeah, and everybody tried to comfort her, and even Melanie. Melanie was just like, I should probably go talk to her. And Melanie was just like, she was so sincere. She's like, because I can understand, she's coming in here. We have our thing. It's really awkward,
Yeah.
and no, she feels isolated. So I should talk to her. Probably not right now, but I should at some point talk to her. Growth, Melanie, growth. And I agree with her. She should at some point. I think when that does happen, Sincere is going to be sick. He is going to.
Over him.
Oh, listen.
I'm over Pretty Boy Floyd.
He is going to sweat them Burmese curls out when them two sit down. So anyway, after the challenge, B and Gabe, they sit down to talk about basically what Beatrice was saying to Caleb. And Beatrice was just like, it's not that big of a deal, but I wish my girl would have been honest and been like, I got my lick back. You want to kiss outside the challenge? I'm a kiss in front. I'm a kiss in the challenge and in front of you. So now what? Now you know how it feels. Eye for eye, eye for eye. That's exactly what she was doing. But she was trying to act like it wasn't a big deal. And I was like, Beatrice, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. And Gabe was trying to explain to her that she didn't like it. And he didn't like it. And she was just like, it's not a big deal. She was enjoying every moment of making that boy sweat. She enjoyed every moment. But my only thing that I feel like she was wrong with, when he asked her about it, him kissing outside of the challenges, she said she was cool and that she didn't care. So don't tell him that you're cool and that you don't care, and then you get your lick back because you do care and you're being dishonest. But play along, little mama. Play along. Also, I hope you guys notice how Sincere talks to every guy in the villa about his situation. And I think that people just call Sincere a liar or whatever, but I think a lot of people do not realize he's also playing the game. This is, we joke often and say it's not Friendship Island, but some aspects it has to be. So Sincere is covering all his bases, right? To make sure that when this all implodes, that if it all implodes, he will look like the victim. So he sits down with every guy and lets them know about his situation and puts everything on the women, right? So now with Soul having that breakdown, he can be like, he can use her emotions against her like he uses Melanie's emotions against her. So when he's talking about the situation, he's just like, I really want to explore. I really, really like her. I really, really like her. I wanted to comfort her, but I didn't want to hurt her. It's so difficult for me to do. It's not. He's gaming. He is gaming everybody in that villa. And if they don't catch on, this boy is going to the final. I don't know if he's going to win, if America has anything to do with it, because we can see him lying and gaming everybody, and some people may like it, some people may not. So I don't know if he's going to take it home, but if it's anything concerning a vote from the people in this villa, he might be safe because he is gaming everybody. Anyway, after he games all the guys, he pulls Soul for a chat and she breaks down again because she just feels ganged up on. And I think that she is a sweetie. I do feel like this environment may not be something that she needs to be in right away. Because this is a game show, right? And one huge aspect of the game is that the producers in America plays in your mind. It's like they play in your mind to get you to either have some kind of reaction or emotion. You are pick, poke, and prodded by the viewers and production. And I just don't think that she is in the best place to do that because the breakdowns are really intense. And I don't think they're about what's happening. I think she's just a little soft from what she has endured. And then to just come in such a brash environment, I don't know. I hope this doesn't push her to the brink because she's obviously dealing with so much before she even came to the village. So yeah, she's a little wounded, and I just don't know if Love Island is the place where somebody freshly wounded should be. You know, but only time will tell.
Being isolated, like she come in to talk to the girls, they're talking when she enters, then they stop talking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I'm the baddest chick, but coming into that, you're gonna feel away because you got feelings.
Yeah.
And she's, she only talks to Jen because Jen is the only one that talks to her. Trinity, shows her around, but now Trinity is with her crew. Like, yeah, come on.
But also, she's being lied to by Sincere, and she's believing everything. Because I'm just like, how are you?
It's not only that; there was a posse before they came in.
Yeah, but what? There's nothing wrong with that. Like, we're not going to blame them for being close, for her not being connected. Here's the thing.
It couldn't have been me because I would have said, "Yo, what's up? Y'all don't."
No, but I'm also going to put that on Soul. Like, everybody there are adults.
Yeah, but
like you also should make yourself.
I would have said, "Oh, nobody's talking to me today. Why? Because I'm the bombshell. I'm the thing."
Well, but also you have to.
Them know.
But you also have to make yourself available. Like we have to be honest here. The only person that Soul spends time with is Sincere. And that's when he's pulling her for chats when they're being physical. You're not really talking to anybody. You're not really engaging with anybody like that. Why do they have to pull her over to say, hey, let's chat? Walk over to them while they're talking. Like she got to give something too. She has to be open too. Soul came in and that's why she got pied the way she did. From the guys made this decision that she would be the one to step on toes to get to anybody. You know what I mean?
Serious?
I'm for serious.
When her came into the everybody was married with children. You don't even know who to talk to. She knows she better not have said nothing to KC.
Mm-hmm. But Mom, I'm not denying that, but I'm also saying she got to give something as well. Like Trinity showed everybody around. Trinity was, very well. The girls showed her around.
Trinity.
I don't think that I don't think that Kenzie, like the only reason why Kenzie is talking to her is because she's mad at Melanie.
Right. And Kenzie want to make sure she don't cross her path. So she went over there and said,
that's the only reason why Kenzie is talking to her. Yeah. But I'm not, I'm just not going to put that on the girls.
Kenzie is saying,
I'm not going to put it on the girls to make sure that Soul has a good experience. It's a game show. She's a bombshell. If she can't handle the position, you don't have to participate. Oh, I'm done with the babying. We're not going to baby Kenzie. We're not going to baby Soul. It's too much babying of these adults. Like it's ridiculous. What are they supposed to do? And she should not be in this environment right now. I have a heart, but Mom, I have a heart, but I just don't think it's fair to put that all solely on the girls.
Honey, you lucky I ain't in there. When my mother passed away,
I just think that it should be a happy medium. Her and Jen are always just talking to each other. Even in a glam room, like Mom. They literally are showing Soul in the glam room, and she's doing her makeup, and she's just laughing to herself. Say something. Like talk. You're not saying anything to anybody, but when Sincere comes around, you pipe up. So it doesn't look like you have any intentions of having a relationship with the girls. So I'm just like, I'm not going to put it all the way on them. Like, she got to do something as well. You're a bombshell. You knew you were going to come in and shake up the environment. You knew it was going to be tense when you walked in. You're a bombshell. That is your job. I don't know why you thought that you went into a show where people were coupled up and you said that you wanted to take somebody's man. you set your sights on a guy and you went after him. I don't know how you expected for that to go over well. That's ridiculous. And I'm only saying that because we've seen bombshells come in and bombshells sit down with the girls whose guy that they took or guy that they're interested in. It's just like, listen, I don't want there to be any bad blood, or like, you got to do something. I'm really getting sick of the babying from this cast. We got to do something. Who got all that lettuce? Is this me? Oh God, I got too much lettuce. I'm sorry, I just saw all this. I got that today. I didn't get that today.
You bought it today?
No, I got that yesterday. Oh Lord, we're gonna be eating salads for days. Oh well, time to get snatched. Anyway, I'm not gonna put it solely on the girls. Pun intended. I do think that the girls could also step it up a notch. Even Melanie admitted that. So got to give them something to work with.
Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open because she about to give.
She got to give them something. Even when she's crying and breaking down and everybody's coming up.
Yeah.
No, give me a minute. Girl, okay. Okay. You're literally having a meltdown in front of everyone. You didn't go to your room or anything. You just went to the kitchen. KC was so uncomfortable. You ran to the kitchen and had a meltdown by the fridge. So if anybody's thirsty, they're screwed. They can't get a grape or a drink. And you're melting down. And then people are like, hey, no, give me a minute. All right. Like,
no, give me take 10.
All right. Like,
take
what?
10.
Like, what do you want to do?
But you know what?
Like, people are, I'm going to give it to the villain. They trying. They all ran over to her when they saw that she was upset.
So
she got to do something too. It is not just the villa. She got to do something too.
Right
that's the thing. They said you came in like, I'm going to take your man and I'm going to step on toes. And that's how even the men perceived you. I get you were tired of being pied, but if this is the vibe that you're giving off, mama, maybe let's try a softer approach.
Y'all just mad because she came in that villa and she said, if that's your man, you can forget it.
If that's your boyfriend, if that's your boyfriend, he wasn't last night.
So is my girl, and I'm sticking to it. I'm standing on business with her 10 toes.
You know what? I don't have nothing against Soul. I will say I saw some things this episode, but we're going to get into it. So anyway, Ariana enters and everybody's just like, oh, here she go. Because they knew when Ariana enters, it's bad news. So she enters and she lets them know that it will be an elimination. She lets them know also that America has been voting and they have been voting on who they want the bombshells to couple up with. She lets them know that 3 couples will be broken up and 3 people will be left vulnerable. So this is how you all voted. You all voted for Caleb to couple up with Kenzie. Kenzie was very happy about that. Corbin was not because he's feeling Kenzie, but because he is now vulnerable. So he has to get up and because he is vulnerable and is up for elimination. Then you all voted for Jen to couple up with Gabe. Everybody was shocked. Y'all messy for that one.
No, I knew that was going to happen.
Y'all messy for that one. Even Gabe was shocked. Gabe was just like, oh my goodness.
I knew that was going to happen when they said the 3 bombshells had to hook up. I knew who the 3 bombshells was going to hook up with. It was obvious.
Yeah.
It was obvious.
Yeah.
I knew that Jen was going to be with Gabe.
Yeah, because they were going to break up Bryce and Trinity. They weren't going to break up Casey and Anaya.
Bryce knows her. He don't have a flair for her.
Yeah.
He said that.
Yeah.
So, and Bryce is stuck on stupid. They're going to get rid of him.
Oh, Bryce and Zach are out. Bryce and Zach are out. Yeah, there was no other person but Caleb. I mean, but Gabe.
But Gabe.
Yeah.
And then Sincere and Soul, obvious. and Kenzie and him, but Kenzie is hurt because Kenzie said, "Listen, I have feelings for him." Yeah, because what did she do with him?
He was playing in that clam. Okay. Anyway, y'all then because of y'all votes, Beatrice is now vulnerable. And Gabriel was just like, Ariana was just like, well, what do you think, Gabriel? He's just like, well, that's how, if that's what America voted, then they want to see something and I'm going to show. I'm like, Gabe, that's not what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to Beatrice is vulnerable. Let's focus on that for the moment. But he's just like, if that's what y'all want me to do, I'm going to explore it. Okay? Gabe is ready. Mr. Freakalik is ready to hop in that bed with Jen. Then you guys also voted for Soul to couple up with Insincere. Sincere, but what we didn't, or you guys didn't expect, I knew it was going to come. Sincere pulls Melanie. He puts his head on her head, and he said, "We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be all right."
Because he knew.
He's not coming up off of her. So you guys voted for Soul and Sincere to couple up. So now Mel, Beatrice, and Corbin are vulnerable. This is when I started to see Soul a little differently. Because I was like, the choices that are being made. Anyway, so Ariana asked, Sincere how he feels. No, Soul how she feels, and Sincere how he feels. And he's just, he said, we have a connection, so we're going to try to explore it. Then Ariana asked Melanie, let me tell you something about my girl Melanie. She knew she wasn't going home. She knew she wasn't going home. Because what did she say? She said, I'm glad that this love triangle is over. Congratulations to them. I'm ready to explore. I said, Melanie, this is an elimination. This is an elimination.
I'm saying, girl, how do you know they gonna pick
So what you talk about? You're ready to explore, girl. You might be packing your bags and going home. She said, so I'm ready to explore. Because she just knew. She just knew she was not going home. So she congratulated Soul. And Soul was like,
but I'm just saying, how did she know that he was going to pick her and not
I don't think she knew anything, but I don't think that all I knew is that she knew that she wasn't going home.
No, I just
that was
didn't know what the show, what this elimination was.
Well, whatever it was, she said, I'm ready to explore. Congratulations, Soul and Sincere. I'm out of it. I am done. And then Ariana was just like, well, are you okay? She's like, no, I'm not, but I'm done. I'm done. I'm ready to explore. I said, oh, you're saying. You're not going to. Who cares if America don't like you? The producers ain't going to touch you. I know that's right, sweetie. So Ariana's just like, well, it's not over. As you can see, we have one single guy and two available girls. And everybody's just like, oh, they're going to make Corbin choose. So everybody starts crying because they know that Corbin's going to choose Melanie. And so Corbin Ariana tells Corbin to step to the side and, tells Corbin to let us know who he's going to pick. And Corbin's just like, this girl, I talked to her a lot, bro, we had conversations and, so the girl I'm coupling up with is, like he thinks. He goes, Melanie. And everybody just starts breaking down because they were holding it in, but they knew what was coming. And so everybody just starts breaking down because I don't think that anybody thought that Beatrice was going home. Like everybody to be eliminated, they were thinking that it was going to be like the bombshells or like Corbin. Like nobody would have thought that it was going to be one of the OGs. I know that Sean was happy to see her. I know he was happy to see her. So Corbin chooses Melanie and Sincere are sitting there mad. What you mad about? You said that you were happy. You're happy to explore with Soul because y'all have a connection. So what you mad about? Because now you got competition. Because you know that Melanie gonna back off. And you know that Corbin, hold on. You know that Corbin is interested in Melanie. And now that they're coupled up, you can't do nothing about that.
They're going to have to sleep together.
Yeah. So that's what he's upset about because he knows that he's going to be losing some of his control over Melanie with her now being coupled up with Corbin.
But Melanie don't like Corbin.
Like she likes Sincere. She don't like Corbin, but she get ready to play. Yeah. Just like Soul is playing. I'm telling guys, y'all thought it was messy before. These two. And Casey and Anaya, I want y'all to free yourselves. Because when it was in that, when Melanie and Sincere was in that bed, hugged up and giggling, they were both like, y'all toxic. Y'all are, we are sick of you guys. And I hope y'all back off. I hope y'all stop counseling them because Casey and Anaya have become the mom and dad of the damn villa. Casey giving everybody advice. Anaya giving everybody advice. It's time for them to get a date or a hideaway.
So they send somebody in there to break them up.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. They tried with Soul.
KC get an attitude.
Mm-hmm. They tried with Soul. They're gonna try something with Anaya.
We already seen Anaya, but we're gonna see when they bring this stud in there for Anaya.
Oh, he's coming. Watch it be some ball player from overseas. Watch it be some ball player from overseas, child. Anyway, so Beatrice is eliminated from the villa. And again, see what happens when you hate vote? You will never outdo production. They are always 20 steps ahead of y'all. They already know how y'all gonna vote. They already know what y'all gonna do, and they have already figured out 10 plus ways to save the money couple. Y'all will never be able to get rid of Sincere Melanie if production have anything to do about it. So just let it go, let them play out, and vote for your favorite couple. I will say this, I was not expecting for Gabriel to like break down the way he did over Beatrice.
Girl,
my mom started crying. It was so. Then they started speaking in Spanish to each other, and Beatrice was just like, "Oh, I know he felt that way about me." Like it was just so deep and intense. Crying. He was breaking down. He couldn't get himself together. I'm going to miss you. I said, "Oh my God, Gabriel, I didn't know you. I'm going to miss you." I did not know that he liked her like that, and now it's just like, "Oh no." No, we gotta see this love story through. Let me tell you something. The producers knew exactly what they were doing, having them on that balcony, with the lights glistening all over their bodies, and these two are crying and pulling each other in. That was intense. The Titanic. It was so intense, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know." Beatrice was gagged. I didn't know he felt like that.
Oh, he still crying. He came in the room with them when she was with her girls.
You know what? He may give Pepe, y'all. Remember how Pepe felt when Hannah left? Pepe was moping the rest of the season. Even that girl that was with him, she was just like, "It's obvious that he don't like me because I'm not Hannah." She fell apart in that villa because she couldn't compete with Hannah, who was no longer there because she had Pepe's heart. And then, Pepe and Iris got together. But I feel like Gabe might be moping around like that.
Girl.
Because I did not know that he felt that way about Beatrice. My God. Yes.
I see what is going on.
Can you fill me up, barback?
You know what I'm about to say. That's a teaspoon too much.
Don't know. We don't do that cussing on here. Anyway, that's all I have to say about these couples. What do you guys have to say? That's enough, mama. You're going to fill the whole thing out with ice. Lord, that's all I have to say about these couples. What do you guys have to say? And I'm gonna let y'all know right now. It's almost a grand of comments in here. I'm gonna get to who I can. If you have a pressing comment, you're gonna have to super chat it, baby. It's a lot of y'all in here, and for it to be all these comments, it needs to be more than 1 billion likes in here. So let's like the video.
Like it.
Okay, because I don't chase likes, I chase checks.
Okay.
Beatrice. I chase medals. Beatrice, we'll see you in Love Island game.
We're going to see Beatrice in every.
That's why I'm not too sad for her, because she's absolutely going to be in Love Island game. So we'll see her right after this and in Beyond the Villa. So Beatrice is booked and busy. What do you guys have to say? I feel like
falling in love.
You done? I
wanna go. I'm getting ice too.
No. I wanna go fishing. I need a prescription. Because I'm not saying I want to go missing. I love Beyonce Down, but some of them words in them songs, I'm like, oh, I'm not singing that. There's life and death in the tongue. I don't know much about. Wait, what is it? I don't know when I'm gonna die, but I hope I'm gonna die. But who? I am never saying that. I'm gonna die by him. So what is it gonna be? A murder suicide? The devil is a liar. Pip named Slipback. What's up? Thank you for the super chat. Pip named Slipback said Love Island feels too much like Couples Island too far. There's not a lot of exploring going on. I want to see every couple tested enough now, and you will. I think the temptations are coming. Because we are definitely getting bombshells for Trinity and Anaya. Sometime next week, we are getting the bombshells for them.
So they can raise KC eyebrow.
Oh yeah, because Casey he's the fun of the show. He's the dad of the show. He's the good guy.
The father.
They want to test how much of a good guy he is, and they want to test this black love. Because they tried to test him with Soul, but Anaya said no. She shut that down right quick.
What did you say to
Casey? That's not funny, Casey. I didn't think that was funny, Casey. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I love them. I'm sorry. But I'm not getting invested. It's still too soon, but I love them. Thank you so much for the super chat. Pip named Slickback. Pip, thank you, Goon King Forever. What's up? Thank you for the super chat. Goon said KC might view Anaya as the blueprint, but is it the same on both ends? Because she said Sean and Sincere were her top two. Get her type in and we'll see. Well, guys, there was some pictures going around of her ex. Anaya, she not who y'all perceive little mama to be. Because I said, oof, you riding dirty. My God, she in them streets, child. I saw that ex and I said, yeah. So I feel like Casey is her type too. I think that she just said top two in like attractiveness. I honestly feel like Casey probably came off corny in the beginning, and it was just like the girls weren't interested. But I don't think that her type is like some kind of light-skinned dude. I think that she likes a certain Black American boy, and Casey didn't fit that in the beginning. She had to get to know him. Yeah, listen. This is the thing. She's in her Sierra, right? She's dated Future. She thinks she's attracted to Futures, but here come Russell Wilson, and she's not really featuring, but she's starting to find out that this is good stock. So I think that's what's happening there, but we will see. Because they're going to try to break them up, guys. They're going to. When Tuffy said the blueprint and Sierra, the Black and the Berry, the Sweet and the Juice, they talking about that couple in the editing bay, and they're going to try to break them up, but not on my watch, because no weapon. We're taking them to the end. Thank you, Goon. Always priceless. Thank you for the super chat. Always Priceless said, I don't play with song lyrics either. I edit them too, girl. Great review as always, Star fam. Thank you so much, Always Priceless. Yeah, it's like my death in the tongue. I love Beyonce, but them lyrics, she always dying over some man. Absolutely not. I always edit her lyrics. Love her down. Love her down. Thank you all so much for the super chats. I'm going to try to get some older comments. Give me a second. Give me a
Go
second.
back, go back, go back. I got something.
Hannah said none of these couples make sense. She is over it. Hey, Pink. Pink said Mel and Sincere got whack temperaments. Jen does nothing. Kenzie is a snake. Trinity and Anaya too loyal. Zach is whack. Bryce can't make good judgments with Kato. Soul getting bullied. Gabe is nasty. This was not the best episode for these couples at all. SEO said Zach isn't playing like he wants to win. He's playing like he's jealous of his connection to Bryce. He's playing like his connection is Bryce. It's so weird. The bromances are getting ridiculous. But this is, we joke about Zach, but this happens often in the Love Island space where production has to push the men to pursue because they won't pursue. And they actually spend more time hanging around and connecting with the guys than they do with the girls. And they have to be encouraged to go after them. If not, we would not have these people closed off like this. This is production doing this. Like they are making them go up there and it's like, but this happens every season. For some reason, this generation of men are in love with each other. It's very, very, very weird. Hey, kid. Kid said also the fact that Sincere didn't console Soul at all in the moment rubbed me the wrong way. He never does that. I'm telling you guys, he just wants to explore her physically. He does not care about any other aspect of her because he knows that he's not going to end with her. That is not who he wants to close off with. He wants to close off with Melanie, but Soul he's physically attracted to, and he want to see what it do. The thing about it is, I don't think that Soul is somebody you can play with. Everybody's waiting for Melanie's crash out. Okay.
Sincere is a player.
Yeah, from the Himalaya.
You trying to crush a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yasmin said, if bombshells come in, I hope it's a good one so Soul can get out of that toxic triangle because Mel ain't going anywhere and Sincere knows it. Yep.
Me too. I like that. Thank you, Yasmin.
Here's the thing. I saw
to come in and pursue her.
Me too. Here's the thing. I saw a clip of Sincere's mama. She was on TikTok Live, and it's a clip going around. First of all, that boy took his mama's whole face. She looked just like him. And that mother, yeah. But she said she's rooting for Sincere and Melanie. That's what she wants her son to end up with.
Okay, well, that's what it's going to happen.
That's what she wants her son to end up with. She was just like that. She sees them making it because she said since she said my son know what it is like. His mama is psychotic, so he's used to dealing. If he can handle me, he can absolutely handle Melanie. Lord. And she basically didn't say it, but she said it. She basically was just like they can understand each other culturally, and they just make more sense. And so this is why I feel like that's that they'll be a good couple. And here's the thing. I think she's right. And I think that's what works for them. Like they have similar cultures. The Afro-Latino aspect, Philly and Jersey. They're both given some kind of inner city vibe, especially his mama. I was watching that live with his mom and I was just like, oh, she fights. And she been in some fights in Jersey, and she definitely been in some fights in some bars in Philly. Okay. She done fought a couple of girls from the bottom. So they have there's a similarity there, a familiarity there that is going to keep these two coming back to each other. And now you got the mama rooting for them. And when the matriarch, we talked about this last season, when the matriarch wants something to happen, it's going to happen. In her mind, that's her daughter-in-law. Oh, She already got her grandbaby, a space for her grandbaby's name to be tattooed right over her boob. Like she's already ready for Sir Melody. She's ready. She's ready for her grandbaby from her, because Melanie reminds her a lot of herself. So, if Mama knows, what y'all think? It's Sam. Oh wait. I got that. It's Sam. The Sam said Trinity needs her type. We love NikkiNicoleStar, but I don't want the remix. Same. WNC said it's Hispaniola Island this season. She better get with Bitty Bitty Bum Bum or Stat. I know that's right. Whoa. Hey. NC said they're trying to make Kenzie the face of this season, and I don't like it. Making her the forefront of every scene, but not giving Casey and Anaya any screen time doesn't sit right with me. Well, here's the thing. They're going to have to focus on her and Caleb because they're the only white people there. And Bryce. Zach doesn't give like American white. He's not an American white, and it's not what Americans consider white, right? Although they can check off white, but that's not the whites that they are thinking about, right? So you got to keep focus on the couple that represents Americana. And that's Caleb and Kenzie. So that's why they're going to focus on them as much as they are, because they really are the only two people there that the white audience that they, have crafted this show for can kind of relate to. I know Jen and Bryce are there, but Jen and Bryce are like, I don't know. I just feel like they're not the whites that this audience would really want to root for, right? They're the whites that like have a lot of people of color friends. That's not what they want. They want the Kenzie and the Calebs. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. Always Price says, I disagree. I think Melanie is going to try Corbin, and Insincere is going to be chasing her because he doesn't like losing. I absolutely agree. Love Like You Are said the song of this episode had me dying. It's hilarious. They got a nice little budget. Cash or Shay said, Nikki, your channel is my emotional support for this TV show. Oh, that made me feel so special. Thank you so much. Amina said, noticing how we don't even sing I Came Here for Love to kick off the season because it's barely an ounce to be found, apparently. It's a whole mess. And guys, we're just getting started. We have so many episodes to go. This season is going to have like 38 or 39 episodes. We're at 9. Buckle up. Buckle up. Lolo said, where is the Villa therapist? LMAO. It's just the start and they're losing their heads. Yep. Divine said, I think B hating on Mel all the time is what got her sent home. But is she hating on her to the other people in the villa? Or is it just the confessionals? Because here's the thing. That's the only thing I didn't like about Beatrice. It was just like, when you think she's cool with Melanie, you suddenly find out in a confessional that she's not cool with her, that she doesn't like her. And it's just like, I hate when people do that. Don't make up with me if you still feel some sort of way. I'd rather we just not be friends and just, keep it cute and keep it mute than you acting like you like me, but then I don't know that you don't like me until I find that you've been talking about me behind my back. That's so sinister. And for somebody who keeps it real, I don't feel like she was keeping it real in that moment. WNC said, Kenzie gives the hills. Like nothing is said, but apparently everything is a problem if she ain't being centered. Yep. Melanie and the girls give docudrama. They give so much of their thoughts and emotions. It's a good cast. But get comfortable with Kenzie. They're not going to let Melanie and Sincere go because their ratings go, but they're also not going to let y'all get rid of Kenzie and Caleb. because they also need to please the whites. Wavy said, Sincere is an F-boy that thinks he's a good guy. Sincere is an F-boy that thinks that he's a good guy. That's the worst kind. I need him to get away from Soul. Insert TI voice here expeditiously. Soul is going to have to figure it out at some point that he's also lying to her too, because I think that Soul has issues. I think that Soul and Melanie have issues with each other because of how he's talking to them about each other. Because remember, Melanie has been told that Soul is the one physically pursuing Sincere. She's pulling him in for kisses. She's pulling him for chats. She's begging for him to choose her. And none of that is happening. None of that is happening, which is why I need movie like yesterday. Hey, Jennifer. Oh, wait.
So you think they're going to show all this stuff at movie night?
If Soul is still there with Sincere and Melanie, absolutely. Miss Brown Chicken said, I saw on Threads that the results had been spoiled. Yes. Fortunately, I didn't check until after I watched the show, but what a mess. Yeah, the results were spoiled. By Peacock, though. They can't get mad at nobody. But here's the thing. I think what happened was, let me bring it up so you guys can know what I'm talking about. I think what happened was this was scheduled, and you cannot, that was very unwise to do. I think they scheduled these posts, but the app crashing, they had to change how the episodes were going to roll out. So yesterday was supposed to be an elimination episode, but the app crashed. So what they could not do is come back with an elimination episode when so many people weren't able to vote, and then they could say that it was rigged. So they had to postpone the elimination, but because they postponed the elimination, they didn't catch this scheduled post, right? And this is why I think whoever did this got fired, because not only is this who scheduled this post got fired, because not only is this a spoiler, it shows that before y'all votes were even in, there was already an elimination. Beatrice is already eliminated by the time they counted y'all votes. That because this post was supposed to come, this post came out because this is when it was supposed to come out. But they already had it scheduled with who was eliminated because it had already happened. So this is a huge legal issue as well. So the person who did this, there's no way they kept their job, even though it was an honest mistake, but it's just exposing far too much. So yeah. So because this post was scheduled, that's why it came out the way it did. It was not supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out when it did, but it wasn't supposed to. The episodes were not supposed to go the way they went, and they had to be edited and changed in real time. But they didn't catch this. So whoever did that absolutely no longer has a job there. Absolutely. Yeah. They won't do that again. Miss Brown Sugar said this plus the app crashing back to back, tighten up Peacock. Yeah, tighten up indeed. Oh wait. Storm is number one says Sincere must have loved English class the way he keep using analogies, similes, and metaphors. Sincere's a playboy. He's a playboy. He uses that face and that hair, and it works for him. Always Price said she is not into Corbin. He is very boring, and she needs some sort of excitement, even if it's toxic. Oh, I absolutely agree. But just like Sincere don't like Soul, he gonna play. She don't like Corbin, and she gonna play. All roads lead them back to each other. LV said, I hope Melanie stands on business and seriously pursues Corbin. I'm personally invested in the Sincere downfall. I just don't think she will. I just don't think she will. We're hoping. Divine says Sincere's mom came out online and said that he would always come back to Melanie in the end and he likes the chaos. Yep. They are exactly the couple you told us they are, Nikki. Arguing at lunch, kissing at Pete. I'm telling you, I went to high school with these people. I went to junior high with these people. They were in elementary school, cutting up. Like, I know what this is. I know what's coming, y'all. Every black person or every person in Philly, in Jersey, knows what this is. You've lived in the same neighborhood with this couple. You went to high school with this couple. You worked your first shift at Wawa with this couple. It's like we know what's coming. Hot Pepper said, as long as Bishop and First Lady are good, I'm good. Did y'all hear Bishop how he almost started preaching in that challenge? And Sierra was just like, are you about to preach? I said, it's on him. It's on him. He oily. The anointing is on him. NC said, Sincere is so damn annoying. He literally talks out of both sides of his mouth every 5 minutes. How have they not caught him yet? Listen, he's going to be like this for a very long time, guys. He's cute. He got the hair. You know, he's athletic. And now he got this show. He's unstoppable.
Period.
The Lux Explorer said, Kenzie Consoling Soul felt too performative to me. She just wanted to have a common enemy. Come on. For Melanie to keep her away from Corbin. I absolutely agree. Wavy said she ain't learned the I got my man back, told me everything I need to know. I feel like she only wanted to be nice to Soul once she thought she'd won Sincere back. I can agree with that. BC said Melanie not letting that man go. I don't care what she said. Yeah, she's not. They're not letting each other go. I've said I genuinely don't believe that Melanie enjoys feeling like this. I think she plays games to see if he cares, but he's not playing. He's a liar. I don't think she likes the feeling of the hurt that comes from Sincere with his playing, but I think this is something that she's going to get older. If she doesn't heal and grow from this, get older and look back and be like, you know, when we was kids, you know, that's what you do back then. You know, people make excuses for that and just say, oh, we were young. No, there's a lot of young people that don't treat people like that. That's not normal, but they'll make excuses and they'll laugh about it with the kids. You know, have you ever like sat around and you're listening to older people, especially an older couple, and they're talking about their relationship? And, you know, the old, you know, granddad, uncle, you know, pops, or whoever is talking is just like, you know, I remember your mom, you know, I was playing, you know, back in the day when I had my slick back, you know, I was playing and she caught me, you know, at one of the girls' houses. She bust down the door with a gun and she shot and I ducked. She almost got me, but I ducked and I ran to her and I got the gun and I got it out of her hand and we was tussling, but I got it away from her and I picked her up and I took her and I said, why would you do this? And she said, why would you do that to me? And we just tussled and I hugged her until she calmed down and she made me get my stuff and come home. And I ain't never stepped out on her again. And the mom go, and we've been together ever since. And they both laugh like that's normal. They both laugh like her almost committing manslaughter is the ebbs and flows of a relationship. Unfortunately, that's Melanie and Sincere. Unfortunately, that's them sitting down, you know, at their grandbaby's quinceañera and talking about how they used to get into it back in the day, but we found each other. And you're just sitting there like, oh my gosh, y'all shouldn't have got together. What are we talking about? This is a terrible relationship. But it's some of those couples who will just make that excuse that is like, you know, those are growing pains of a relationship. It's especially comes from them people that are just like, relationships are hard. Marriage is hard. And you're like, oh, because, you guys work different hours of the day and can't really see each other. No, they're talking about cheating. They're talking about scamming and filing for bankruptcy. They're talking about abuse. They're not talking about, you guys working different shifts and missing each other. They're talking about something completely toxic. If neither one of these two grow, that's where it'll end. Pink Petal said, I knew Mel wasn't going anywhere. I just wanted to shake it up. Oh, Lord. Don't shake it up no more, child. Miss Nandy said, Zach is a snake. Yep. Yasmin said, Zach is a two-faced clown. Yep.
Not a two-faced clown.
He's going to be out of that villa. I don't know what his issue with Trinity is. It's very weird. It's just like, I don't know if this is what he wants, but it's coming off like he just wants Zach by himself. Like he wants Bryce for himself. Like nobody else can have Bryce. It's so weird. And the fact that Kata hasn't clocked that is weird too. Miss Ronchika said, many a couple have avoided affection to respect their other connections, but Sincere will for sure use America as an excuse to keep rubbing on Soul. Yep. Yeah, what a good point. What a good point. He's going to be like, well, America wants me to explore, but I want to be with you. But America wants me to try this out. All y'all did was help that boy be terrible. All y'all did was help him. He didn't need no help, but y'all gave him a leg up. BY said, I can't fight for Melanie if she doesn't start to have a backbone with Insecure. She just can't let him dominate her. I agree. WNC said, my thing is Zach is campaigning against Trinity. So why wouldn't Bryce try for Kata? Also, I think production pushed Bryce to do so for content. I absolutely think that's what's happening. Leah even talked about that. That they like when they're meeting with the contestants, because like we talked about it before, like if producers aren't pushing them or encouraging them to like pull people for chats or have certain conversations, we would just get them laying around the villa eating popsicles. So they have to do that to get people to give us some content. But I remember in an interview, Leah was talking about how she was really starting to fall for Miguel, and there was a producer who was trying to get her to go back, like try to fix something, try to get with Rob again. And she was like, the producer would tell her that like Miguel was saying these mean things about her to get her to break free of him. And she was like, after the show, I talked to Miguel about it and I asked him about everything that he said. And she was like, Miguel said, I said none of that stuff. None of that stuff I said. But she was just like, I knew why they were doing it is because they wanted to get a reaction out of me. And they wanted to get a different outcome because that would have been great TV. I absolutely think that's what happened with Bryce. That's where everybody's just like, why is Bryce doing this? This is so odd. It doesn't make any sense. He was encouraged to do that. It does not make sense for Bryce to go after somebody that has already friend zoned him, that has already rejected him. So him going after Kata was always going to be a failed mission, but he was encouraged to do that. So he did it because Bryce is not here. Like a lot of them, I think all of them is not here for love. Bryce is here for opportunities, right? Bryce is using this place as a job. He's here to either win this money or get opportunities from it. He's using this show the way it should be used, but I fear he was encouraged to do something that now has made him a villain. So he put himself in a very, very vulnerable place. And the thing about it is, I don't think he knows that. Like the villa is letting him know that, he's in a doghouse. But I don't think he knows that America is going to make sure he get out of there. So we will see, child. We will see. Storm is number one, said if they do get back together, they can go the way of Kayla and Aaron off the show. Yeah, I think that they are going to get in the top 4. I don't think they're going to win. If Casey and Anaya are around, Casey and Anaya are the front runners, but it's still too early. But if we're going off of right now, if Casey and Anaya are still around, they're going to win. They're going to win. And I don't think this show wants black winners. So we'll see. We will see. CM says, because everyone knows Kata doesn't want Bryce. He knew that. It was weird. It was weird for him to do that, but he did it. WNC said Kata holding back laughter as she rejects Bryce made me cackle. Because she was just like, what is he doing? Like, he tried to get her and she was just like, he's like, can I pull you for a chat? She's like, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. She was not like, you should have stopped right there, Bryce.
Yep.
Because her making a grilled cheese was more important than talking to you. And you still pursued. Fool. Yasmin said Bryce was wasting time and would have been better having a chat with Jen. Mm-hmm. Child, that might be where he ended up.
No, he's not. He don't like her. He worked with her for 6 years and probably must have tried, and she said no.
God, all Bryce do is get rejected. XO said Kinsey is not slick. What a weirdo. That's what she is. Kinsey is very, very male-centered. Very, very much. She is not a girl's girl at all. I could never be friends with a girl like that. She will throw you under the bus for the ugliest and corny man to ever exist, just as long as he pays her attention. Mom, Divine said, can't stand Kinsey. We got to get that snake out of here. I don't know if they're going to let you get her out. Jen better stop being boring. Cash said they messed the city up with this one for sure. Yeah, they did. They did. Happy Pride, be who you are for your pride.
What is wrong with you?
What is right with me? Miss Franchica said Kinsey's been pulling out all the white girl tricks this whole time, but these fools keep falling for it. Yep. If she wins, it's on them. BC Nick said, we see what kind of privilege Kinsey working with. Oh, absolutely. We see her. If they don't, not my monkeys, not my circus. Don't want to say monkeys. No, not my clowns. Not my circus. D1 said, I hope a bombshell comes in for Trinity. I'm not feeling Bryce anymore for Trinity. I believe it's the BS that Bryce said Trinity is his number. I believe it's BS that Bryce said that Trinity is his number one, but he wants to explore Kata. I believe he wants Kata. Well, he wants her, but that don't mean it's going to happen. She is not into him at all.
He don't want Kata. That's the only choice that he had outside of Trinity.
Yeah.
There's no more people. If some other people came in, some other bombshells, he would go for them.
I want bombshells for Trinity and Kata.
I want a bombshell for, yes, Trinity and for, who else?
Cruella de Vil. Oh yeah, Beatrice is gone, Mom. How you doing?
Well, she ain't got on my nerves a few times, but I just think get rid of her.
Yeah, Mama Star was a little broken up. She was a little broken up. Poca said Trinity and Bryce remind me of Alandria and Taylor. Sorry, not sorry. Yep. I can see it because I don't like that she's losing her spark because of that corny guy with them funky feet. I don't like that. Funky feet. BY said none of the contestants should discuss their type with their paired partner. This is a game. Keep that to yourself. People are not adult enough to handle it, i.e. Bryce. Yep. Hey, Lee. Lee said, yeah, I really hope someone comes in for Trinity and treats her the way she deserves. He's not good enough. I'm glad she clocked. Same. Lolo said, Trinity is smart. She can see everything that's happening around her. She's one of the only women who does on the show. And she mentioned that. And she hates that about herself because she has spectacular discernment. And to have discernment that strong, it will become a burden because you'll start to see things even when it's coming for you. And that's what she's seeing. She's seeing that he's pulling away. And she's seeing that Bryce is constantly talking about her type coming in. And she feels like he's projecting because when his type comes in, she believes that he's going to pull away from her. And she's right. And I think that's what's hurting her so much is that she's probably never wrong. Her discernment is probably always right. And she knows how this is going to end. But I hope she gets her head in the game. Um, he was. Cash said Casey was such a sweetheart trying to comfort. So he's a good guy. Casey is a really, really, really good guy. Indigo said, I don't like how Bryce said, Kata, Trinity, she is a sure thing. I mean, you are my number two. Throw this man away. Well, Bryce said that to Kata to dig at her because she rejected him. He didn't like being rejected. So all of a sudden, she was his number two. Okay, Bryce. Okay, Bryce. Hey, Sierra. Sierra said, I want Bryce away from Trinity so bad. OMG, I want better for my sister. She's just comfortable with Bryce. And he's nice enough. That's it. Bryce wants to explore. Absolutely. He wants to explore with his type. That's why he keeps on saying that her type is coming in and is going to take her away. You want her type to come in and take her away. Vicky said, Zach's comment about having a better time with Bryce and Kata over Bryce and Trinity was so weird. Is the goal to find a partner or a throuple, right? He's weird. Just Jonathan said, I got it though. I'm sure production was in his ear. Oh, yes. Miss Brown Sugar said, what's funny is that it's not a big deal to be in a coupling. That's okay, but not the perfect match until you have a better option. You just got to be honest about it. They're all too serious. Yes. And they're not having fun. Just Jonathan said, unpopular opinion, but why pick Mel? At least you would have a good time with B until someone new comes in who you actually like. Why pick Mel, who you're going to have to console the whole damn time? Well, Corbin wants to pick Mel because Corbin picked Mel because he's attracted to her. And if he's going to go through this process, he's going to go through this process with somebody he's attracted to. Corbin is the kind of guy that will only be nice to a woman if he's attracted to her. He will not speak to you. He will not feature you. You do not exist in his world if he is not physically attracted to you. So him sharing a bed with Beatrice and he's not attracted to her was not going to happen. Not going to happen. Maya Dress said Zach should realize the number one way to become public enemy number one is to mess with an OG black woman. He is sunk now. Oh, he's done. He's done. Get him out my villa. Be Yourself said he is too strategic like Ace and people are observing it and will send him home. I absolutely agree. WNC said Zach isn't a part of the Rainbow Coalition. He's thinking long haul. He's sowing division so he lasts longer in voting. Bryce is his best mate in the villa. Zach doesn't give. Oh, you think he doesn't care about Bryce? You think he's that? You know what? Wow, what an angle. What an angle if that's what he's doing. What an angle. And I'm only joking about Zach. But it's really weird how he talks about him and Bryce and Trinity. Really, really, really weird. But if that is what he's doing, nasty work. Because what will help him, and Bryce helped him, what will help him is when or if Zach stabs Bryce in the back, Bryce could be like, well, you wanted to break up my couple. But I had no choice. He's giving him an excuse. That could be it. That could be it. Okay. Miss Brown Chicken said no, it varies. Sometimes they had one main host and then correspondence panels that rotate, like Celie and the Australian dude. Oh, okay.
Okay, Mama Star is what?
Wrong.
Right.
Wrong.
Okay.
Because they had one main host.
No, they don't. They had
sometimes. Okay. BY said, love seeing Sierra in her element. She looks very comfortable as a host. She looks beautiful. Yes. I'm happy for her. See, Jane React said, Sincere is trying to keep Melanie from speaking with soul. He knows exactly what he's doing. Absolutely. Absolutely. React said, Kenzie and Sincere are actually similar. Both very conniving. Pretty black girl said the ending of this episode had me tearing up. I didn't want to see B leave, but I hope she can look back at her exit and see how much of an impact she seemed to have had on the people in the villa. Yeah, they loved her, especially Gabriel. I was like, oh, that was your boo. Just Jonathan said Gabe is going home soon too. Jen doesn't like him at all. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Gabriel is too freaked out, and all of the girls have mentioned it. Beatrice was the only one that liked that passion. Everybody else is uncomfortable by how overly freaked out he is. BC Nick said, I kind of disagree. I think Corbin is interested in Kenzie for the fact that she gives it up.
Yep.
And the bed at night. But I think he is more attracted to Melanie.
I know.
I think, but here's the thing. I don't think it's just physical. I also think it's popularity. Hater or lover, Melanie's popular. And Corbin likes that. Corbin likes that. He's also thinking about winning. And especially as we get longer and longer into the season, and when these people start seeing how America votes and sees that, Melanie ain't going nowhere, that's going to start, that's going to start piquing people's interest and things are going to shift in the game. But also you have to realize Corbin is a bombshell. He watched the show back. He watched the show back with production. So he knows who's hot and who's not. He knew who to go for. He got with Kenzie because she, who else was he going to be with? But he knows, the bombshells have intel. So they know who are the popular people, who are the ones that they should probably connect with and go after. And Melanie is one of them. BSSL said he didn't think Trinity is good enough for Bryce. Not a real friend to Bryce at all. Fid said Soul being pied so much is ridiculous. I was so mad for her. LOL. I felt like she was my friend. When she broke down, I was like, oh.
Okay.
Oh, little mama's really hurt by this. Two is for life said, I can't believe Melanie has to hear that man talk all day long. Poor thing. Poor thing. Why you pie me for? E.T. E.T. Phone home. Cameron said, Corbin is stupid. He was definitely one of those athletes who passed all his classes because he was an athlete and still knows nothing. Corbin, you're stupid. He's the kind of guy who the girls that thought that he was going to go pro did his homework for him and all his assignments. And this is really sad because he's a grown man and it's just like he cannot hold a conversation. Really, really sad. Education is paramount, guys. Paramount. Amira said, I love seeing Sierra. She looked incredible. Yes. I'm beaming for her and all the opportunities she's getting. Good for her. WNC said Corbin was begging for a kiss. What about a hug or saying a joke to make people laugh? He has never had to work on a personality because his athleticism opened up doors for him. And there's just such a lack in personality because he's never had to have one. And that's why he's struggling so hard on this show. Zora said Sincere is too young to be this good at being a Rolling Stone. But he's young, but he is the oldest of 5. So, and it seems like his mom I saw his mom seems young. So it seems like she was probably like a young mom. So he probably had to grow up a lot faster than people his age. NC said Zach is the Kendall of this season. He thinks he's running stuff, tricked himself into thinking he's some strategic mastermind. He'll make it to the finale just to come in fourth. I never even thought about that. He's absolutely gaming. He's absolutely the ace of this season. But the thing about it is, we didn't see it. The thing about Ace, we saw him gaming from day one. Production didn't let us see Zach gaming until yesterday. Why y'all wait to episode 8 to show us how hard this dude is gaming? Thid said that should have been Melanie who got pied. They just met Soul 2 minutes ago. The majority of the house is so mean to her.
Agree.
I think what hurt her the most is that it was the guys. The guys were pieing the hell out of that girl. And she's like, wait a minute.
Right,
what are y'all talking about? But I do feel bad for her on the aspect that she doesn't know that Sincere is telling everybody that she's the one going after him. That she's the one pulling him in and asking for kisses. So everybody is looking at her like she's some Jezebel not knowing that the guy that she is saying is so sincere and cares so much about her is the one giving you a bad rep with the guys. I hope she puts two and two together. And I hope she's like, now, wait a minute. How do these guys who I am barely talking to feel this way about me? Unless Sincere is telling them these things. I hope she puts it together. Yes. Thank you. Zora said the way he's positioned Soul as a side piece. And she thinks she's the main joint. Her and Melanie got to talk. Cash said when she said that Gabe was overly freaked out, I screamed. And I was just like, that's how all the girls are feeling, except for Beatrice. She the only one that liked that. Yasmin said, I clocked that too, Nikki. B made it seem like it was more than 2 pies. She said all them pies that she was getting was for Melanie. Oh, you think so? Always Prices said, not too fast with Jen, y'all. She is warming up. Jen is about to shake it up in there. I think she's going for... What? Oh, Lord. But you know what? If there were anybody to go for Corbin, she would be the one. Because Jen got a little mouth. Jen got a little mouth. What did she say about Sincere before she pied him? What did she say, Mom? She said, you're not. She said, you say you're sincere, but you're something. Jen.
You're sincere, but you're not honest.
Yes, she's the one. She is the one. So if there was someone to do it, it would absolutely be her. So I'm not mad at it. Miss Brown Sugar said Gabe was just expecting B to be sitting on the shelf and never getting any attention. Boy, go somewhere, right? You expect that Olympian to sit and wait for you? Cass said, listening to Corbin talk drives me nuts. Definitely sounds like a caveman. I can't take it. I can't take it. I know his mom is like, oh my God. She gotta be like, oh, look, because every time he speaks, I think of her. Every time he speaks, I'm like, that's your child. Y'all got to check them kids' homework. Y'all got to check their homework. Wavy said, everyone tried to comfort her except for Sincere. I really dislike that man after Lisa. Thank you. And she's still saying that he's such a good guy. Why was Casey going to comfort you? And not Sincere, who put you in that position? You don't realize that the guys think about you that way because of the man you lying up with. Girl, to his full I said, like, y'all haven't taken the time to get to know me yet. Y'all are pieing me for negative things. Make that make sense. It's coming from the guys because Sincere is telling them that she is a Jezebel. Naima said, there's clearly stuff we haven't seen, especially with Melanie saying she doesn't want to fight with Soul anymore. So they've been getting into it passive aggressively. Well, when she was in there doing her makeup and when Melanie left, she just chuckled to herself. I said, oh, something is happening. She was just doing her makeup. Wait, let me. Girl, what's going on? What was that? They're not talking, but Melanie, like, I don't want to fight anymore. Where was the fight? But remember, Janae said that there was a big brawl in the glam room with the girls. And she said that she was doing a confessional and she heard all of that screaming. And she ran out her confessional because she heard a little tussling. And she thought that the bombshells were trying to jump Leah and Serena. And she said, oh, I'm not letting nobody jump my girls. And so she ran and the producers had to run after her to get her to not jump in because they were tussling. And they had to go get her. And she said that they set her, Leah, and Serena down and said that we chose you guys to start the show for a reason. You are supposed to be a good example. You guys need to lead. You guys need to be nice to show the girls. And Janae was just like, we were like, no, we don't like them. We don't want to be friends with them. No, but so production had to like separate them for a minute. She was just like, that's what you didn't see us really film with them for a while. But she was like, we eventually got it together. So they're leaving out something. They are leaving out something. Divine said, I'm glad B's gone. Oh, maybe the boys really felt like those answers belonged to her. Seemed like a performance. She seemed performative to me, all the crying she did tonight. Well, baby, I think she was crying because the way Gabe was crying. Who knew he liked her like that? I've said that is messed up to frame her as someone who would step on another girl's toes to get what she wants, but she only has a connection with Sincere because he's her only friend. Well, they feel that way because of Sincere. Joy said they were definitely ganging up on Soul in defense of Melanie, and I didn't like it. Give Me Shelter said the brain and body isn't fully matured until 25. What happens in those first 25 years shapes a person's personality. Thank ya. Naima said, I hate Sincere so bad trying to keep them separate. It's not going to work for that much longer. It's not going to work. Yes. Always Prices said Sincere was shitting. Oh, rolled off the tongue, didn't it?
That's something that's been said.
I don't say that word.
Okay.
Let me get out of here. Always Person got me cussing. WNC said, my thing is why the guys pie the girls. Soul in particular so hard. Absolutely. Like none of the women have strong necks or knees like B. It was giving domestic violence. I just feel like it's like at some point everybody got to start putting two and two together and realizing who. I feel like the guys are starting to see something. I don't know if they're going to get it fast enough. BY said, Gabe could have learned English for Sesame Street. Too bad it was canceled. Language skills are here's the thing. He's you got to realize he is juggling multiple languages in his head. So give him a break. Cameron said, I'm going to say this because no one is going to say it. Kenzie is racist. Oh, and it's slowly starting to come out. Don't be surprised. I wouldn't say that she's that, but she's from Kennesaw and she's a Trumper. So it is what it is. Storm said they do not choose the bombshells. No, it's all chosen by the show. Yes. Victoria said, I felt so bad for Soul. It also seems like she has no one to confide in. No, her and Jen seem to be really close. That's why Jen pies Sincere. Because it seems like Soul knows something. I don't know. I don't think we get enough footage of them to really know what they're thinking. This pie challenge brought a little bit to the surface, but not enough. BS, because I can honestly see Sincere getting mad at Soul for Jen pieing him. He's manipulative enough to be like, well, what are you telling her to make her treat me like that and use that against her? BSSL said, plus, have they seen Love Island before? All the bombshells say they are coming in and don't care who they break up. They are bombshells. Yeah, but I think this season is particularly hard for bombshells because everybody is so serious. Everybody's
married with children.
Yeah, everybody's married with children. You can't explore. If you explore, it breaks up a friendship. You know, Melanie tells Kenzie that Corbin asked her for a kiss. She said, no, I'm going to check with you. And Kenzie is now like backstabbing Melanie and, befriending Soul for what? Like, it's never that deep. But I feel like to be a bombshell this season, it's going to be very, very hard to come in because of how closed off this cast already is in the first week. It's very, very, very weird. Storm said, why does Jen not get any of the lashing that Soul gets? Because right now Jen doesn't have any connections. She's not going after anybody who is coupled up. She wasn't going after anybody, or she wasn't being pulled. She was being pulled by Zach, but Zach wasn't interested for real. And Kata don't really care. So she kind of got a fortunate situation Soul was the one that got, the rough end of the stick. Sincere said, Fid says, Sincere is not getting my vote to win. I can't stand a liar, but he swears he never lied. LOL. This man is lying in confessionals like America isn't watching through the ring camera. Yes. Yes. The Kennedy reset. I wonder if Saker will retract the partnership offer at this point. Well, here's the thing. He's not off the villa yet, right? So if Sincere doesn't win, that and he gets voted off, I don't think they're going to retract anything, but again, he's not off the villa to sign any contract, but they are, posting about him. So they're interested. They are interested, but there hasn't been an official contract or anything because he can't sign anything. But whether or not he wins this or not, it's good business. I think when he gets out, he's going to have a partnership with them. Cash says, Sincere Love Island headshots tells me all I need to know. Slick it in oil, child. Slick it in oil. Mess says, I think Soul is just not a girly girl. It's not girly. Let us chit chat type of person. Jen seems to blend in, but she stands out. Nothing wrong with that. But maybe she thought she had the other guys. Yeah, Jen also, it's her personality. Soul is very quiet and, she's very mellow, very, yoga, zen, right? Jen is the bubbly, girl from Laguna Beach. I don't know where she's from, but you know what I mean? So she's a bit more inviting than Soul. So I think they're going to have to come to her. Soul won't come to them. But I'm just like, this is a game show. Like,
they don't realize
you got to step your coochie up. WNC said astrologically Soul is a Scorpio. Oh, 3 or more planets in one sign. Scorpios are sensitive. Oh, they need a lot of warming up to not give stoic. Oh.
But I don't think these people are playing for the money. They're playing for love.
Which is the problem. Cash said nobody. Mama Star, are you for serious? That is her thing, child. That is her thing. Naima said bombshells have been bombshells. I don't know. It's not Friendship Island. I do not agree with the pieing. I was like, pieing OG, but the connection isn't going to build overnight. She needs time on the show. I think she's going to get it because she's in a love triangle. They're not going to let that go. Vicky said, I don't think people are intentionally isolating her, especially since everyone had their own drama. It's just an unfortunate situation. I will have to agree. Max said, nah, it is a soul problem because Jen is all in the background talking to people and being in the mix. She's going to have to, it's a social game as well. She's going to have to step it up. Khalil said, this has never happened to any other bombshell, though. I don't know if the past production encouraged the OGs or not, but this is the first time I've seen this. No, Clark. Remember, Alandria had to, go and talk to Clark, and Melanie's going to have to talk to Soul. It's happened. And I'm taking your man. Paige said, Mama Star is right. The girls are icing her out. How do you interact with people who do not want to? I don't think the girls are icing her out. Trinity is very inviting. I think if it was anybody, it was Melanie. I do not see the girls icing Soul out. Squabble up said, Nikki, you're being slow, LOL. Them girls are bullying her, and Jen is and Jen. It's obvious. Well, here's the thing, Squabble. I don't know if you're a millennial, but I'm a millennial from the Philadelphia inner city. Slow is fighting words. So let's reconfigure how we speak to me. I'm not being slow. And we're not going to put bullying. That's a very strong word to put on these young ladies And if anything, the fan base is bullying all the women on this show. So I disagree vehemently with the whole comment. Always Priceless said the bombshells have always been able to get to know the girls in the makeup room. That's where the girls chat. If she did, Soul and Mel will be able to see what Sincere is up to very easily. I think we're going to find out. I don't know if it's going to happen on Sunday. It may happen on Monday, but they normally make Sunday the like bomb, the bombshell like episodes. Sundays are always the strong episodes. So maybe this is when they all sit down and have a talk. I think it's going to happen, though. I think it's going to happen. Issa Virgo said she didn't know she was going to be the only bombshell. That is a problem. She probably hears them talking about her. Well, who is that? I don't think all the girls are icing her. I really don't. I think if it's anybody not talking to her, it's Melanie. Y'all think that Trinity is icing Soul out? Trinity, who gave them the tour? Trinity, who is like encouraging everybody and nice to everyone? I think that you guys just are not seeing it because somebody posted a shot of Caleb and Anaya talking, and they were just like, Love Island, why are we not seeing these conversations? Like, they were just like, I never even knew that Caleb spoke to Anaya. But we're not seeing everything, and of course, because it produces a narrative, but I don't think that these girls are bullying them. I do think that they're all closer. I mean, they've been together. The OGs always link up, right? But I don't think that they are making her time here on the villa a rough time. I don't think they're intentionally doing anything to her. I don't get that from them. I don't get that from them. I will say I didn't like how they were when they first entered in, you know, but the guys were the same way when the bombshells entered in. I just don't get that from them. And who knows? I could be wrong. Wavy said, and none of the other guys she's interested in will talk to her from what we've seen. Yeah, KC stopped talking to her. She was interested in him. She was interested in KC, Sincere, and Corbin. Why don't you, you're a bombshell. See what Corbin is up to. Here's the thing. I'm going to call out things when I see it. And I'm not trying to put too much on Soul because she went through a lot this episode. But Soul's an adult. She's a big girl. Okay? If she wants to have a better experience on this show, she's going to have to make an effort as well. It is not on these women who are her competitors to make this a safe and fun environment for her. I don't think that's fair. Now, if the girls are like chatting about her and, collectively going about, and we see that to make this a tough time for her, then we will talk about that. We haven't seen anything like that yet. And I don't think it's fair to ask her competitors to put her on their shoulders and push her straight to the front. I mean, they're already doing that with Kenzie. I don't think they have enough time or tits to pass around. Naima said, I just don't think it's enough info to say she's being bullied. Is there tension? Absolutely. But I think her emotions are boiling over for a variety of factors. I absolutely agree. Lilo said, Jen didn't get any shade. Is it Jen? Jen didn't get any shade because B wouldn't be petty with her. Mel, on the other hand, that's the thing. B only talked about Jen to the other girls. But I don't think that I just don't get bullying. I just don't get bullying, guys. And listen, I could be proven wrong by the next episode, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Devonta said, I stand by my vote, LOL, like Bernie Mac. America, I voted to split the toxic couple and Gabe and Jen and Caleb wearing a cowboy. So Kenzie can ride the cowboy and ride him out of the villa. Khalil said, I don't want Mel to go back to Sincere again. If she does, neither of them should waste the audience or cast time by trying to explore anyone else. They're making me dizzy. I absolutely agree. Always Prices that girl Melanie kissed B's hands and was like, deuces.
He's all yours.
Lord, here's the thing. This is a good season. I'll give them that. I am very interested for Love Island games. Being that personality on Love Island games,
that competitive spirit,
baby, she gonna eat. Naima said, I hope at least 10% of Mel really believes that the words coming out of her mouth. I want growth for her, but I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna take her some time. I don't think she's going to get the growth within the time that she's in the villa. One can hope. If it doesn't happen, she got time. Fid said, I hope this is a Rob and Leah situation where Sincere and Melanie move on for good, because them together is quite literally a joke now. I hope so too. I'm just not sure if that's going to happen, because they seem to really, they seem to really be in game. Always Prices said Melanie knew Corbin wanted that. Corbin was so excited she was free. He fit to be on that. I think so. A Wonderful Life said Melanie was being hella manipulative at the end. She just wanted to give Sincere something to think about and chase her more. Here's the thing. Even if she was doing that, she doesn't need to. Because guys, Sincere told you what he's going to do. He said that Melanie is his co-pilot and they're just going to go through different stops, but they're going to get to the same destination. He already let you know what's happening. He told you, I'm going to play, but in the end, I will choose her. That's what's happening. Hey, Kennedy. Kennedy said, and this is what frustrates me about first-time watchers. Voters should have been able to vote for all the couples, and whoever wasn't in the couple should have gone home. Agreed. But, they wanted to get out of Melanie, get Melanie out there, and then they're all like, oh, I regret my vote. Y'all should have kept that. Because the OG Love Island watchers cussed them out. They were just like, no, you can't play like that. Now, because you're presented with more information, now you want to change your vote. Too late. Vivian said those girls ignored both bombshells, but more so Soul, because they did not want to upset Melanie. Agreed. Tools for Life said, yeah, Melanie and Sincere both knew what was going to happen. Melanie handled it really, really well. I just hope that she means what she says, that she's done with the love triangle. Can't wait for that first look. Tools for Life said Melanie was doing all that crying for B, and meanwhile, B didn't even like her. Well, listen, I'm telling you, if you think that this cast was that last season was a mess, and the last season all the people don't like each other, wait till you see this cast. This is the only one who makes me want a Beyond the Villa. I got to see this. They're gonna give us a show. Tools for Life said, OMG, yes, I need a Nia and a Casey to stop giving advice and have deeper conversations with each other. Forget the rest of them. I hope they do. Khalil said, no, sincere. Keep your behind over there. Your action showed America you wanted out. You needed to explore Compass Atlas map. So he's not going to let her go, especially now. And I think Soul is going to get upset because she's going to see how much he's going after her now that she's in a coupling, that Melanie is in a coupling with somebody she is attracted to. Because now he's going to turn it up because he doesn't want to lose her, but he wants to play. The boy is greedy. Miss Brown Sugar said, I think he really liked B a lot as a friend. Gabriel wasn't thinking about her otherwise. Ooh. Neglectic said, Casey and Anaya bore me. Someone needs to come in and shake them up to make me interested in them. No, I let them be boring, please. I'm fine with the monoracial dark-skinned black couple being boring. Please. We've gone through enough. BSSL said now they have to figure out how to make Kinsey and the Cowboy boring. How to not make Kinsey and the Cowboy boring. Right now, Kinsey and the Cowboy don't have nearly any drama and interest as Sincere and Melanie. I think they're not. I think they're going to make sure they stay boring so that they can skate through to the end. If they give this couple any drama, they can risk them not making it to the top 4. And they don't want that. You have to have, for Love Island standards, you have to have a white couple in the end. Khalil said his blizzard tongue and coked mouth was wild. I heard y'all saying lizard tongue, but I hadn't seen it. Who? Bryce or Gabe? Oh, thank God I didn't see it. Because when they kiss, I close my eyes. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. They said I think Casey and Anaya bore each other. Anaya talks to everybody before Casey, LOL, and we don't know what Casey be doing since they barely show him. I'm fine. Let them skate to the end. Red said Beatrice is a strong woman, and that came through tonight. She handled this elimination like a G. She did. She did. She did. She did. Let me get a couple more, and then let me get y'all out of here. Irene said Soul Explorers people are calling her a side check hoe, but when she's crying in the challenge for being powered multiple times, people are now saying she needs to tighten up. She's a bombshell. I will say, I don't get how people were saying that she's comfortable being a side chick. I was like, how did y'all get all of that? How did y'all get out of that? I just think she's very quiet. She is the quietest bombshell I have ever seen on Love Island. She is just so chill. I said, why would y'all make her a bombshell with that personality? She's such a chill bombshell. Kennedy said, ever since you said the men dress like fall, winter, I haven't been able to unsee it. I don't understand. I don't think they knew how hot Fiji was for some reason. For some reason, the men just can't get the weather right. Divine said Bryce talks to Zach all day, and Zach told Casey he would immediately leave Trinity if Kata gave him a chance, and I don't like that. They're a mess. They're a mess. Bryce and Zach have to go. They messed up. Coming for Trinity. Bye-bye. 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 Khalil said, I think tonight's episode let them know America will hate on your connection, so keep it cute. Probably. Thid said, when Melanie and Sincere break up shortly after the show, they will absolutely be on TikTok Live talking about the terrible things the other person did and pleading their case. Here's the thing. They're going to break up after the show. Then they're going to be doing TikToks, sneak dissing each other. Right? Then they're going to do a live together. And they're going to be arguing in the live about who messed up in the relationship. Then they're going to get off that live, and then they're going to start to follow each other again. And then the next thing you know, Melanie's going to post a picture of Sincere's hand holding a pretzel in front of the Liberty Bell and being like, guess who? Like, they'll never be done, y'all. They'll never be done. They'll never be done. Y'all just have to let them go. A Wonderful Life said they all saw last season. Sincere is not going to go for Soul. He's going to focus on Melanie to be the good guy till Casa. He don't want to be Jeremiah. Probably. But the thing is, you can't gain production. I'm telling you, they are 10 steps ahead. They're 10 steps ahead. BY said last season was full of influencers except Delandria. I only meant that production should have pulled Huda off sooner. They gassed her up, but look at her now. Foolish. Yeah, she should have been gone. America shouldn't have been left to vote off that psycho. Production should intervene. Absolutely. Ashley said, why did V and Gabriel final convo get me ever so slightly choked up? Me too. I was like, oh my God, I did not know that you two were like this deep into each other. We need a redo. Hopefully they'll have a reunion in Love Island Games. But we'll see. But I know she's definitely going to be on there. Divine said after last season, we don't want another couple like that. They can get back together outside if that's what they really want. They don't have to put us through. Oh, they're not going to win. But I think they're going to make it to the end. Khalil said, well, they should let America know so they can stop messing up their couple. They have to tell us this is normal. This is in any other instance, it's toxic. Is this a game show or a reality TV or both? It's both. It's both. And they can absolutely intervene for sake of the show. Jennifer said, Melanie definitely leads with her emotions. So I think seeing Soul break down made her empathize with her more. Yeah. Melanie's not, she's not a terrible person. She's just spoiled. Divine said, I think what's hurting Trinity is she's giving this boy who ain't on her level a chance and the audacity of him to behave how he is, and he is going to leave her when he gets a chance. I agree. That's why I hope that she tightens up and gets her head in the game. K235 said, Corbin only cares about women he finds attractive. Yes, he was always going to choose Melanie over Beatrice or any of the chocolate girls. Yep. Mary said, at this point, let Kenzie have the win, producers. Leave Trinity and Kanaya alone. You don't have to sabotage them and hide them to prop Kenzie's chances. Islanders don't have to win to thrive. Yeah, I'm not looking for them to win, to be quite honest with you, because I know they're going to thrive outside the villa. Maya Dress said, the issue is Melanie is the dominant personality there. Mel obviously influenced the Mills to do the dirty work in Pie. Oh, we're not going to put that on her. That is sincere. That is not Melanie. That is sincere. Remember, the guys are sick of Melanie. They don't like her because it's sincere. So they would not do that to protect Melanie. The guys are doing that because of what sincere is telling them. This is not on Melanie. We are not going to blame a woman for a man's actions. What the? Child, about to be summer in LA. About to be summer in LA. Arcadis said, Kyla pulled all the girls when she came in and told them she wants no beef, then stood on business with Melanie. Yeah, but see, that's her personality. That's not Soul's. Khalil said, I just read that Michael B. Jordan didn't like one of Soul's Instagram pics. Ew.
He's single too. Like,
he's in his 40s.
Oh.
She's 24. I hope that's not true. Now, Michael, Khalil said, if Jen had a Wall Street broker or a finance guy, I think she had passion. No one in that villa was attractive to Gabriel the way Beatrice was. Yeah, I'm telling you, he might pull a Pepe and be depressed in that villa. Lelo said, Kenzie, my mom thinks that Beatrice and Sean are coming back. And I told her they are out of the game show. They're not going to bring people who are out of the game show and bring them back in. It's not going to happen.
Well, okay.
Layla, Mom, it's not going to happen. Let it go, baby.
That bothers you so much.
Because it's not going to happen. No problem. Laylo said, Kenzie being friendly with Soul might have been production, but if it was real, how was that backstabbing Melanie? I don't think it was production. I think Kenzie is befriending Soul because they both have a common enemy, and that is Melanie. And Kenzie is going to work with whoever she has to work with to get Melanie out. That girl is not her friend. That girl is not her friend. A Wonderful Life said, I think she just meant going back and forth for instances of affection. He stopped them from talking. They haven't had a combo yet. They will. And I think it's probably going to happen on Sunday. Hey, Mo. Mo said, why is everyone ignoring Soul's trauma? She told Sincere that she is grieving her father's death from 2 years ago so hard that her hair literally fell out. That pixie cut is not a choice. Who's ignoring it? Are you talking about the Star family or the viewers? I don't think anybody has ignored her trauma. The only person who has ignored her trauma is Sincere. He does not care. He does not care. Red said, I think what happened with Soul is she came on the show expecting to get a guy right away, and when it didn't happen, she felt isolated because she didn't bother connecting with the girls. I think what's happening with Soul is that she's having a really hard time in the villa, and she thinks it's because of Melanie. She doesn't realize that the guy that she is coupling up with is telling everybody that she's a Jezebel. That's why when Soul and Melanie meet, it's going to be monumental. Hannah said, there is no bullying. I do, however, think the girls and guys are isolating Soul. Well, if that's happening, then Caleb can say the same thing because ain't nobody really talking to him. I think it's just hasn't been a long time, guys. Kata has a stronger personality, so when she came in the villa, she came in the villa. But she's also been there longer than the Bombshells. Give it time. It's like 48 hours and y'all expecting to be besties. Chill. Hey, Reed. Reese said, just like we haven't seen the girls give Soul a hard time, we also haven't seen if Soul is trying to befriend the girls either. We haven't. So nobody really knows what's going on. Um, I need that publicist to take that phone. That's weird. That's weird. Jennifer said, I'm annoyed because if Trinity does move on to someone else, Zach will be like, see, mate, I told you she didn't like you. Need him gone. I don't care what Zach says. He's gone. He's not touching that money. Maya addressed that in retrospect. Surprised Trinity didn't go to KC from the jump. Me, guys, I'm surprised nobody was at KC's door. That was so weird to me. I think KC looked like something he wasn't. And maybe they just assumed that he was a certain kind of guy. I think if they did that challenge now, KC would have every girl in that villa at his door. Tori said, Caleb saying he was born in 2004 made me feel old AF. That's when I graduated high school. Here's the thing. That is the reason why I feel like Love Island is having so many issues. Like, you cannot have somebody that young on the show called Love Island. That baby ain't here for love. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, you when you lower the age limit, you are literally evaporating love. Unless it's like biblical Love Island. You know what I mean? Like, unless it's Vacation Bible School Love Island, these people are not looking for a partner. They just got out of college and high school. What are we doing? Wavy said, we need 2 movie nights this season. Yes, we do. Double feature, one before Casa so the women can actually explore, and then the other after Casa as usual. I think so too. I think so too.
I think that 21 is too young because you got a 30-year-old here.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, what are we doing?
I think it should be a 5-year age range. I don't think it should be 10 years. Because nobody 22 is like trying to get with somebody 29 or 30. At that age, you think that people over 25 is gross. A Wonderful Life said, if Jen goes for Corbin, she'll be out the villa in 5 business days. So many bad options in that villa. I hate this for those girls because that is when Kenzie and Melanie will team up and get her out. Jennifer said, Sincere was too busy doing damage control, making sure Melanie didn't go talk to her. Yep. But listen, the show is going to make sure he gets tangled in his web of lies. That's why they're showing you everything. Because he's absolutely going to get caught. He's absolutely going to get caught. Always person that man is not a cowboy. Please, y'all. He just has an accent. And he keeps on saying that. He's like, I don't know where cowboy thing came from. I'm from the South, and that's it. He does not get it either. He's like, I know Kenzie wants a cowboy. I'm not a cowboy. Red says, Melanie has self-esteem issues and insecurity. It's going to be drama to the end with her on that show. I think this cast is just drama. Guys, it's a cast full of Scorpios. It's drama. Can you imagine they had Sagittarius? If it was a house full of Sagittarius and Scorpios, it would be chaos every day. Mimi said, is it possible production is keeping Soul isolated to drag out the love triangle? Absolutely. Because as soon as the girls talk, everyone will realize Sincere is a problem. Absolutely. Guys, it's a show. They have to give you drama. They have to give you entertainment. Absolutely, they're isolating her. Because they want it to be a big deal when her and Melanie sit down and talk. But if they were not isolated, if they were talking the whole time, Sincere would have been out of here. But they're going to keep them like that until it's time for Sincere to get exposed. Nathaniel said, Bryce is playing Trinity real bad. I can't wait for a new bombshell for her. Me too. Guys, when are we getting the bombshells? When are they coming? I need the men to get there now. now.
Cause you want to shake up the house.
I want Trinity to get away from Bryce. I want her type to walk in. Red said I skipped through Kinsey and Cowboy scenes. They're boring. They're boring, but they're going to make it to the end. they're as long as they're white, they will be fine. They will be fine.
Now don't go there. Don't go there.
It's the truth, Mom. They're not going to have a whole people of color top 5. Janelle said, I don't think Trinity's type is the kind to apply for Love Island. What do you think our type is? Khalil said, they're treating it more like reality TV. I thought it was a love show. The intros are about love, not money. I'm just noticing the shows shift more from authentic looking to produce. It's reality TV. Nothing is authentic about that. Every aspect is manipulated. None of it is real. K235 said, I think Trinity's type would be someone like Jalen from last season. Probably. He's off the market, child. He's married now. Always Price said, every time somebody says Huda's name, I see that video of her sneaking into that parking garage. A mess. A mother. Devonta said, y'all viewers that call the black couple boring, if you're used to struggle love, stop projecting on them, especially your biases. Yeah, I don't think you guys are used to struggle love. I won't say that. But I don't have a problem with Casey and Anaya. I'm fine with them not having any problems. Khalil said, I want to see lover girls and hopeless romantics get romance and pursuit around the villa. This seems contrived and constructed. Do we need mature men? The big ones, not the little ones. I feel like you need to watch Ready to Love on OWN. Khalil, this is Love Island. It's gonna be messy. Always Price said, absolutely agree with Nikki. Sincere is skewing the guy's perspective of Melanie. That's not on her. Yep. But I feel like the guys are starting to get it. Because Bryce, when he saw Sincere do both of those breakfasts, give Soul and Melanie a breakfast, he was just like, you're doing too much. Like, you're poking now. I feel like the guys are starting to see it. Irene said, I'm so sick of Sincere and Zach. It's getting to a point. Don't worry. They got some time. Like more than one of her picks that he went way back. Such an old man. Such an old man. Miss Andy Marie said Sean and B will be on Aftershow on Saturday. They're definitely not coming back. Yeah, they have broken the game show hold. They're out in the elements now. They can't come back after they left. So Give Me Shelter said, I don't believe it. Since season 7, it seems like everybody likes to Jordan Fish Michael B. I could be wrong because season 7 is the only season I've watched. Huh? What's going on? Always Prices said, that's a good take. Soul probably thought she was going to have her way with the guys, but everyone was content with their couples and she didn't have the option to connect with someone other than Sincere. Oh, that's exactly what happened. Everybody like Casey, she said Casey, Corbin, and Sincere. Only Sincere was ready to explore. I don't know why she didn't explore Corbin. Maybe he wasn't attracted to her. I don't know why. She seemed like she would be the type that he would go for. I don't know. I do not know. Jennifer said the girls will bond more with the bombshells when they're all in Casa together. I think they'll bond before they go. But this was how season 7 was, y'all. So this is like nothing new. Nala says Soul really ran into the kitchen and was like in front of the fridge and the utensils, but telling people she don't want to be bothered. Well, girl, get from in front of the pretzels and the cups. Like, go upstairs. I wonder, is she the baby? I wonder where she is. That explains everything. Leave her alone.
I think she got an older brother.
She's a Sagittarius from Philly.
Who?
Leave her alone. Melanie. No, she's a Scorpio. Aaliyah, she's a Scorpio. Yeah, she's a Scorpio. Janelle is right.
Really?
She's right. Always Price said a house of Sag and Geminis would give you the best show you have ever seen. Yeah. But this is a Scorpio season. Red said, I think only people in their early 20s can give this type of drama and not have career embarrassment. Girl, no, the olders too. The olders can be a mess as well. But I was just saying, you got to skew older if you really want people to be there for some kind of relationship. These people, the 22-year-olds, are not there for that. They're having fun. Cameron said they need to get an Aries in that house, especially an April Aries baby. This season will end very early, and they'll have that cast separated at the reunion. Naima said, I think KC is an Aries. Whatever. I could see him being. Oh, is Aries the February people? If that's Aries, I can see that. I can see that. Khalil said, remember that the audience is made up of different ages, gender, experience, maturity, intelligence, culture, race, ethnicity, etc. We'll never know whose perspective we're reading. True to that. Let's get a few more and then we'll wrap it up for the night. Give Me Shelter said, I was trying to say I do not believe Michael B. Jordan is interested in anybody on this series. I just don't. Listen, people be watching his likes, and I'm just like, Michael, if they're watching your likes like that, maybe you need to give your Instagram over to your team. To your team. Lelo said, True Love Island is messy. I guess I've enjoyed Love Island UK finally having a group of girls that are inviting and not infighting. Just you wait. Just you wait. Speaking of Love Island UK, I am getting caught up this weekend and I will start reviewing Love Island UK next week. So we will have a double feature starting Monday. Get ready. Get ready. Thank you all so much for joining me for another episode of Love Island. Guys, we're just getting started. We're just getting started. The mess, we haven't even scraped the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg. We're the tip. Whatever. We ain't touched it yet. But we about to get into it. Buckle up. Buckle up. Again, thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate out of everybody in these YouTube streets, you stop by to spend some time with me. It means a lot to me. Thank you all so much. Please remember to like the video, share if you care, and please hype the video. It helps your girl grow in the YouTube algorithm. I will see you on Sunday for the next episode of Love Island USA Season 10. And we'll also start off talking about After Sun, because we got to see what Sierra did. And Teffy. I don't know Teffy, so it's it'll be fun getting to know her, but I really am excited for Sierra. Congrats, sis. Love you all. See you Sunday. Bye.